Another day. The landscape looks a little bit different. I guess it rained about 4 inches on Saturday. Just got me and my one duck. Looks like a bunch of the dragonflies are mating today. That's the coolest thing ever. They got 8 wings between them. And they pop down, get some water, and fly together. I mean, that is just amazing cooperation. That's a symbol of some real love right there. It's beyond love. It's just balance in nature and being in alignment. You know, I have to deal with all kinds of weird pressures that other people don't really understand or could see about the world. But they deal with it too, but on a different level, I suppose. But for me, it's kind of continual. This two minds thing. But really, it's everything else it's backing up into me and trying to run off from me at the same time. And where I'm right here, and there ain't nobody else around. So then, who the fuck's trying to back in and trying to run off, right? And so my mind's always being tested 24 hours a day. I'm at work. I can't hardly get a moment's peace and quiet where I'm just sitting silent, and then through the entity, let's just say, start forcing songs in on me. That's the number one way. Trying to suggest something, but fucking can't speak to me like a human being, face to face, and like, well, why not this? Why not that? Instead, it's just attack. So I gotta take that all day long, like I'm the president in the middle of the House of Representatives and Congress standing around, everybody shouting at me, like the Price is Right and shit. It's fucking annoying. And learn how to balance that out, and in my mind, not get mad about it, but say something back, make it go away, so I can move forward. Which, how could I not? And at the same time, how could I ever stay or leave? I'm here. I'm not against or for anyone in particular, but every single individual is important. But see, you have to be an individual, not this we shit, right? We the people, we the family. Everybody has to be an individual to be claiming to be American, to be up on that flag, has to be I. Like when the president makes a decision, he doesn't say I. His I goes down on his signature, but then everybody else wrote that shit up, and then it's going to be what it's going to be, and he really can put his executive control on that at the same time as he's separate from himself, and he didn't write that. He doesn't know what it's about, and he doesn't know what's going to come of it. And so in a way, this entire presidency has kind of been about the president giving away all of his power for all the presidents in the future, where they're all being stripped of their power and giving it to the individual. But the people are the masses, and that's the dangerous. And that's why the world has been split up so much, to keep that in balance when you can't tell anybody shit, right? The more one tries to push for power and to force it upon others, the weaker they become. And the more everybody can hold it against them. And that's one thing that our current president is slowly finding out. I don't have anything against him. I don't know him, so I don't have anything for him. But, this is the forum for the discussion about individuality. And those that are the people, or the we shit, those are the fucking aliens that haven't quite come down to Earth yet and leveled with everybody. Same goes, you know, I was thinking I'd have to do some research again to get more into detail about it, but so all the leaders coming up, well, the leaders, they're the biggest aliens that there are on the planet, pretty much. Especially the ones that come forward kind of like this, but not. More like a president, but not. But trying to lead a movement, but not. We're talking like, I don't know. I don't really want to bring up Charlie Kirk. I don't know about that shit. But we're talking like, you know, that's the weird thing about like the Hitlers, Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, you know, good or bad, indifferent. Those that are trying to gather everybody up, you know. And the weird thing is, without a business, and at the same time trying to be the center of the business, and to use God against everyone. And yeah, I got to do that, and I can't do that, and I am that, and apart from it. So, you know, this is really the balancing pole of the world where the scales rest aside from. But one thing that comes to mind is, so like, for instance, you know, they're all like, oh, so we got to corner the mind, right? And so then they set everybody up for failure, and then put everybody, and so then those are terms of war, and profiting off of people hurting each other, or running from one side to the other, doing a bunch of suicides thinking they're getting somewhere and they're not. But the Mahdi, he perfectly represents what that is. Trying to get everybody, you know, to come sign up for the divine country. Everybody has to sign to divine country in and of themselves, at themselves. That the individual represents God, and no two can come against one. Not really. That's an imbalance in the universe. And universe starts with una, which means one. And then he says, oh, you know, he doesn't have anything, but he's got a golden wedding band, he's got kids and a wife. See, he's got property. He ain't free, like he claims. And that's not a comparison, but I got none of that stuff. He's got a home to go to. I don't. I'm living in somebody else's house. My folks. So he can't really lead the movement. He's leading everyone astray. In a symbolic Nazi sort of way. And claiming it's spiritual. In a manipulation tactic. Just as, for the most part, religion in and of itself is. You go to church, and you go to work, and it's supposed to be at. Where's God? At. Where's the work to be done? At. Where's the love? At. You don't go to it. And when you do, then there's a learning process. But you always got to come back to yourself. And through, for instance, an example of that is the playlist I built and listening to the songs. I love this song, yeah, but it's against you, you know, and that's how it is for everybody. You know, the song don't love you, but that's the weird thing about it, because they had to double balance shit to fucking come up with that. And then it entrains, it snatches the mind from itself and represents something, but then the song goes away, and then it's just like, okay, love, oh, slam door. You know, it doesn't really stick. Instead of 2 minutes, 4 minute. Oh, I don't know. And the whole thing, like, no man is an island. Yeah, but look who's an island. The president. What's he talking about? Alcatraz and Alligator Alcatraz and Epstein Island. See, them are all islands, but everybody who goes there gets fucked up, and everybody had to somehow pay for admission and shit. And, well, you could say that this is the inverted, not like that at all, because everybody's here. You can scroll through all the playlists and through everybody I'm connected to, and it encapsulates everybody in the world. If there's only 6 degrees separation, everybody in the entire world's here. There ain't nobody at them fucking places. You got tyrants above and below. And here, everybody's got a balance on their own. And so that's closer to the entrainment of balance, of alignment, and coming towards it like these dragonflies flying together, attached and playing on the water right next to frogs, and the frogs ain't even gonna eat them. See that's some hella balance. I've had this shit zoomed in the whole fucking time. Just as well. I'm still gonna post it. Fuck it. So only SOBs create them apart from themselves to control others out of pocket to gain, and use everyone in that manner. And we all have to work together at the same time as each of us has to be an individual. DC's an island, Alcatraz is an island, the Vatican's an island, Buckingham Palace, that's an island, Epstein Island, that's an island. This ain't no island. This is a hub of connections, of expression, of those in anger writing their songs, those in love writing them songs, of karmic and love tarot readings, of informational readings, of informational videos. It's got everything. It connects everyone everywhere through all things, and with and apart from me, while at the same time all of it had to use the seed of consciousness, and I had to carry it all the way up from the back at it, knowing I was at it the whole fucking time, being attacked and gang stalked the entire time, and still holding the bar, whatever the fuck that means, and being real, authentic, and true. Still caring for everyone. So that's where we're at. Yep. There's a fire somewhere. That's why I shouldn't play with fire. Should be done with intent. Oh, but see, they split that too, huh? Set a fire with intent. Whatever you're willing to burn yourself. Hey, I guess that's why I smoke. So I'm living it, walking it, breathing it, and learning it all at once. That's authentic. See you later.